On May 5th, 2011, this is pulling you number 64. Greeting Bridge friends, it's Michael here at Bridge Hands. Welcome to Day 4, Part 3, more on Jacoby and Texas transfers and slam bidding. In this exercise, we'll have some drills bidding a couple more hands, and then we'll get some hands-on bidding and play at the table. Okay, off we go. In this exercise, we're going to do some slam bidding, so let's go ahead and ground yourself a little bit by talking about slam when partner has a one no-trump opener. How many tricks is that worth? Well, partner opens one no-trump with a balanced 15 to 17 points. Responder, when they have 10 points, they will go ahead and find a game somewhere, either in a suit fit using Stayman or Jacoby or perhaps even Texas transfers, looking for a game with a 8-card fit. If not, interested in playing in a 3 no-trump contract. From an illustrative perspective then, the responder might have an ace, a king, and another king. That would be 10 points and certainly would be wanting to propel towards a 3 no-trump or 4 of a major contract. The responder contribution in this situation would be 3 or 4 tricks. The responder contribution, if it was a suit contract where they had a 5-card major, might be 4 to 5 tricks. So therefore, the one no-trump opener, we can think of them as contributing about 5 to 6 tricks. Keep that in mind as we get bidding. One no-trump opener, depending upon their values, will contribute on average about maybe 5 to 6 tricks. Thus, when responder is pondering slam, estimate that the one no-trump opener has about 5 or so tricks. Okay, let's talk about 2 suited hands where we have interest in slam and are using a transfer bid. This would be an unbalanced hand with 5 or more in the primary suit and then 4 or more in a secondary suit, typically having a singleton or a void. So this might be a 5-4-3-1 suit, a 5-4-4-0, or perhaps a 5-5-2-1 or 5-5-3-0. Very shapely hands. In this situation, we're talking about where we have 15 points or more. This is distribution points, counting length points. So an auction might begin one no-trump, 2 diamonds or 2 hearts, transferring to the majors using Jacoby transfers. The opener completes the transfer to 2 hearts, 2 spades. And now at the 3 level, responder bids a second suit. This is not just Q-bidding aces. It's showing a second suit at this time. We have not yet found a fit. We Q-bid aces once we've found a fit. Okay, so the rebidding of a new suit at the 3 level, the second suit is 4 cards or longer, and it shows interest in slam and is game forcing. Now this is different than we saw before in the previous section. You'll recall we had one no-trump, 2 diamonds, transferring to hearts, and then bidding 2 spades. That is at the 2 level where a second suit was bid, a specialized auction for an invitational game. In this case, when we do a second suit at the 3 level, this is our slam invitational, and it's absolutely game forcing. Okay, so the one no-trump opener begins Q-bidding controls. Otherwise, when they finally have no more values, they will sign off either in the trump suit, or they'll go ahead and bid in a no-trump value to sign off, showing they have no more aces or kings to show. All right. Okay, we've been swimming in the shallow waters. Let's go into the deep waters and see about a Texas transfer and then Blackwood bidding. One no-trump opener, 15 to 17 points. Responder has ace, king, queen, 6 times in spades, 2 hearts, 2 diamonds, and ace 3 times in clubs. What do we want to do here? Well, it starts off one no-trump and then 2 what? Well, if we're playing Texas, we're going to do 4 hearts, aren't we? We're going to want to transfer to 4 spades. After our partner bids 4 spades, what next? Yeah, we're going to want to do Blackwood, and why is that? Well, recall earlier we said that on average, the one no-trump opener has about 5, perhaps 6 playing tricks. How many tricks do we have here in the north hand? Don't just count those high card points. Yes, we see that we have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 2 distributions. Sounds like 15. Sounds like hardly slam would be there. But how many playing tricks do we have? Well, we have a self-sustaining suit in spades, don't we? Ace, king, queen, 6 times. So we will normally have about 6 cards in the suit that we're going to take. There's 6 tricks, and the ace of clubs makes 7 tricks. So if our partner has 5 or 6 tricks, we're going to make a whole lot of tricks, aren't we? So we're definitely, after doing a Texas transfer, we're going to want to do 4 no trump. Remember, that was the way we used to bid slam. So the auction would be 1 no trump, 4 hearts transfer to 4 spades, 4 no trump, and then bidding slam. How often do you think it'll make 6 or even 7? Well, it makes 12 tricks, a small slam, 99% of the time, with any 15 to 17. That even means 2 spades. And 13 tricks, it makes 72% of the time. Yes, we still want to do our ace ask, and we may even want to do king ask, but we have a very strong chance to go well beyond slam and make grand slam. So when you have a hand like this with ace, king, queen 6 times, and if you'll reflect back to day 3 when we did minor suit transfers, the same we spoke about here. Very powerful holding when we have ace, king, queen 6 times in a suit. Now let's downgrade our hand just a little bit. Rather than the ace of clubs, let's make it a king of clubs. We'll still have ace, king, queen 6 times in spades. Our king is still a primary honor, still carries a lot of weight. Let's see how we do there. Remember, ace, king, queen 6 times of spades and ace 3 times of clubs was 12 tricks, 99%, 13 tricks, 72%. Okay, let's give ourselves the king of clubs. So we have 12 high card points, a couple distribution, but doesn't properly evaluate our hand. We know we have at least 6 tricks we're going to contribute, because it's very unlikely we'll have jack 4th out against us when partner has at least 2 in our spade suit. So once again, we start with a Texas transfer. We bid 4 no trump. And what are odds this time? Well, still excellent chance for a slam, 91%. And a grand slam? 49%, almost 50% for the grand slam. So we make a heck of a lot of tricks when we have this ace, king, queen 6 times in a major, even with a king on the side suit. Recall in our previous section where we spoke about a partnership that plays both Jacoby and Texas transfers may wish to play the Jacoby quantitative slam try. When they bid 4 no trump, they'll do that for Blackwood, always using a Texas transfer. And when they use Jacoby system and then bid 4 no trump or for the major, it's a specialized bid. We spoke about that earlier. They do that when they have a quantitative slam try, when responder has 16 or 17 points, when partner opens 1 no trump. Let's take a look at that. So for those playing Texas, when it comes to the Jacoby quantitative slam try, it goes 1 no trump, 2 diamonds or 2 hearts, a Jacoby system, transferring to 2 hearts or 2 spades, and then 4 hearts or 4 spades shows that 15 to 16 points quantitative where they have 6 in the major. They start off by a transfer and then they bid that suit again. Where if they have 16 or 17 points and a 5-card suit, they'll bid 1 no trump, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, transferring 2 hearts, 2 spades, and then 4 no trump says, I have 5 in the suit, and I have strong interest in slam. This is advanced treatment. Let's just do one hand for those who like the advanced style. South begins 1 no trump with 15 to 17 points. North has spades, ace, king 5 times. In hearts, ace 3 times. In diamonds, 2 babies. And in clubs, ace and 2 small. What do we want to bid here? Well, with 3 aces and a king, that's 12, another 3 is 15, and with ace, king 5 times, at least 1 distribution points takes us to 16. So if you like to play the Jacoby quantitative slam try, this is the hand to do it. The bidding would proceed 1 no trump, 2 hearts, a transfer to 2 spades, and next 4 no trump, saying, partner, if you have a maximum, if you have interest, let's go ahead and go on. We have 5 spades, and we have strong interest in slam, 16 or 17 points. Now, if you don't want to play this method and you just want to play this as Blackwood, that's fine. And if you'd rather use 4 hearts, transferring to 4 spades, and then bidding it, fine. But your partner who's opened 1 no trump is most certainly going to have 1 ace, or even if they don't, they're going to have all of the kings. You can be off 1 ace and still be a very strong chance for slam. Let's see how we do here. We make 11 tricks 95% of the time and 12 tricks 64% of the time. So partner will most often have an ace, or if not, is going to have 3 kings. One other aspect that should be mentioned is that we don't know as responder whether opener has 2, 3, or 4 spades. In this scenario, we painted South as having 3 or 4 spades for those percentages. What if they only had 2 spades, but they had a good 16 or 17 points. What would they bid then? Well, they know that partner North has 5 spades because they didn't rebid 4 of the major, which showed 6. When they have 5 and we want to accept, we can accept a 6 no trump slam. So if we have a good 16 or 17 points and we get this type of an auction, a quantitative slam try, we can accept in no trump. So rather than bidding 6 spades, we can bid 6 no trump. Interesting. And so here's a hand to illustrate what we're speaking about. North has ace queen 6 times in spades, ace double 10 in hearts, 2 babies in diamonds, and ace 2 small in clubs. Our points, high card points, 2 aces, 8 points, a queen is 10, a king makes 13, and 2 distribution points in spades hardly adequately counts our points that we have. It's worth more than 15 points. We have a good chance to take 5 spade tricks, 1 in hearts, and perhaps 1 in clubs. Everything is working very strongly in this hand. So this ought to count for more like a 16 or 17 point hand. And if you use this advanced Jacobi quantitative slam try, the auction goes 1 no trump, 2 hearts, 2 spades, and 4 spades shows 16 to 17 points and a 6 card spade suit. How do we do when partner maybe only has a double 10 in spades? Well, we'll make 11 tricks 90% of the time and 12 tricks 56% of the time. So making slam is still very likely, even though we only have 13 high card points. Everything is working. Primary honors, working ace queen, and a 6 card spade suit. Okay, now let's give it a try with South opening 2 no trump. That would be 20 to 21 high card points, a balanced hand. As we shall see later in this situation, South will have 2 hearts. But for now, let's take a look at the North hand, which has 2 babies in spades, in hearts, ace jack 5 times, in diamonds 2 small, and in clubs 3 small also. How should the bidding proceed after 2 no trump? Well, North should bid a Jacobi transfer, 3 diamonds. South will oblige, bidding 3 hearts. North, having only 5 in the major, will sign off in 3 no trump. And with South, in this case, having only 2 hearts, will not correct to 4 hearts. Will pass. How do you think we do here? We have 5 high card points. Do we have a distribution point? Remember, 20 to 21 points by the South hand. How do you think we do? Well, we might be a little bit surprised. It turns out we make 8 tricks 88% of the time fine. We make our 3 no trump game a little less than 50% of the time. How's that? Only 47%? We would expect with 5 high. Do you think we get a distribution? Apparently not. Ace jack 5 times. Even though our partner has a big, healthy 2 no trump opening hand, probably about 7 tricks, we are not necessarily going to provide 2 tricks in this hand. Why is that? Well, good opponents are going to try to keep from this suit being promoted, aren't they? Yes, they're going to do holdbacks. Probably they have one person beyond this hand is going to have a king or a queen. Our partner may have one of those, may not have both. The suit will not always be promoted. So maybe you're wondering, should we be so quick to go ahead and bid 3 no trump with ace jack 5 times if it makes a little bit less than 50% of the time? Well, hold on a second. Let's take a look when partner has 3 hearts or more. Okay, 2 no trump by the South hand, same holding by the North hand. In this case, South has 3 hearts, so the auction proceeds 2 no trump, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, 3 no trump. South corrects to 4 hearts, then all pass. In this situation, we do much better. We make 9 tricks 99% of the time, and we make our 10 trick auction 73% of the time. So when we do have a fit, we come out in very good shape to make our game. So don't be dissuaded when we have ace jack 5th and end up in no trump. Our partner may have 3 or 4 hearts. So game is still quite likely if we do have a major suit fit. Okay, I see we're already 14 minutes into this video, so we have 2 more slides, and then we'll go with our virtual table, bidding and play, actual hands at the table. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the situation where South has a 2 club opener, 22 or 23 points in this situation, a balanced hand. They'll open 2 clubs. Responder North will typically open 2 diamonds. With ace queen 6 times in hearts, they're probably going to want to bid 2 hearts with 2 of the top 3. They have nothing else in the other suit. It's a 6-3-2-2 shape. But for sake of argument, let's just go ahead and have it bid 2 diamonds so we can do an illustration of our Texas transfer system. So it goes 2 clubs, 2 diamonds waiting, not a transfer bid at this point, 2 no trump rebid by opener, limiting their hand to 22, 23, maybe a bad 24 points. In this case, 4 diamonds is not diamond. This is a transfer. The point we're trying to make here is that when opener rebids no trump, in this case it started 2 clubs and then 2 no trump, we still use our Jacoby and Texas transfer. So 4 diamonds, a transfer to 4 hearts. And yes, we do want to do a Blackwood. Our partner South has about 8 or 9 tricks, and we look like we could have 4 points here. We can contribute maybe more. So how do we do? Well, once we do the ace ask, we find out that we make 11 tricks 84% of the time, and we make our 12 trick slam just about 50% of the time. So once we do our ace ask, if we have sufficient aces, yes, we will go ahead and make our slam. And what if rather than ace queen, it was ace king 6 times? You think it makes many more times? Oh yes, and you are right. So if we were to substitute the ace queen from ace king 6 times, it'll make 12 tricks 75% rather than 47%. Going back to our ace queen 6 times in hearts, it would be lovely if we could find the status of the trump king. Do you remember the 1430 RKC Roman key card Blackwood lesson we had in Polling U? Well, if not, let's go ahead and take a look at it now. Going to bridgehands.com and clicking on the blog or the See Videos Now will take us to the Polling U part of the site. Once we're there, we can then go ahead and see the Polling U index. And at the Polling U index, if we scan down, we can see some of the previous lessons. Lesson number 50 is for slam using the 1430 Roman key card Blackwood. So if you wanted to get more on that, you could go back to lesson number 50 and read up about using RKC 1430 to find the status of the trump king and queen. More video there. And finally, let's take a look at bidding a 2-suited hand. South opens 1 no trump, 15 to 17 balance. North in spades, ace king 5 times. A singleton in hearts, 3 babies in diamonds, and ace queen 4 times in clubs. This is a nice holding. All of our points are working. And even though we only have 13 points, we have more points distributionally. This would be an auction where it would begin 1 no trump, 2 hearts transferring to 2 spades, and 3 clubs. This is a 2-suited. It's slam interest. It asks partner to start Q-bidding aces and kings up the line by rank. Now let's just assume for the sake of argument that South has 3 or 4 spades, and we're just going to use brute force bidding. We're not going to use science to take a look at where our aces and kings are, which will certainly give us a much greater chance to find slam or where we should sign off in a lower auction. The likelihood that we'll make 11 tricks, 83%. And with these holdings, 12 tricks will make 44% of the time. Once you use the ace and king ask, the Q-bidding controls, you can get a much greater percentage. You'll probably find with about 60-70% accuracy whether you'll make a slam or not. And where do we learn about Q-bids? Well, let's take a look back at our Polling U index. And as we can scan down, we can see a little bit before our 1430 RKC lesson on slam bidding, number 42 and 43 got into Q-bidding controls. So if you need to review on Q-bidding controls, be sure to take a look at those videos. Okay, great. At long last, we are here at the tables. South is the dealer in spades. 10-9, no help. Well, to say no help isn't quite right. We always like where we have some honors. And as we peek over at North's hand, we're going to find out that these are huge cards. We'll come back to those later. In diamonds, ace, king, 10, 3 times. There's 7 points. In clubs, ace, jack, 10, 5 times. Ace, jack, 10, nice suit. We get a chance for repeated finesse. So we have 7 and 5 is 12, perhaps one for distribution with this lovely ace, jack, 10, 5 times. In hearts, ace 3 times gives us 16 and arguably 17 with this ace, jack, 10, 5 times. Over in west hand, ace 4 times in spades, diamonds, queen, jack, 9, in clubs, 9 3 times, and in hearts, 10 and 2 little. Okay, we'll pass. Over to the north hand, in spades, ace, queen, jack, 6 times. Very nice suit. There's 7 high and at least a couple for distribution. Is it a self-sustaining suit? No. Self-sustaining is where partner has a singleton and we can take all but one trick. Well, we couldn't do that here, but it still is a very nice suit. In diamonds, 3 little. In clubs, queen doubleton, and in hearts, 2 babies. So we have 9 high and a couple distribution. We definitely want a bid game. So we're going to use our Texas bid here. 1 no trump by south, 4 hearts in the north. Over to the east hand. Singleton spade, 4 intermediates in diamonds, in clubs, king 3 times, and in hearts, king, queen, jack 5 times. We'll pass. We'll come back to that. Back to south. South will accept the transfer, bidding 4 spades, and the auction will pass out. The opening lead by west will be, it looks like the top of a broken sequence. The queen of diamonds from queen jack 9. Whoops, wait a second. There is a better bid. Let's rewind. We'll go back to after the 4 heart bid by the responder in north. East, we want you to double those bids. They're not going to leave the double in. They're not going to play in 4 hearts doubled. If they do, you're going to kill them. You want to lead directing. You don't want your partner to lead something else. You always want to help your partner when you can with lead direction. And it helps you too in this situation. So when they make an artificial transfer bid and you have values in that suit, which you certainly do, king, queen, jack 5 times, you want to make a double. You want your partner to lead off in the suit. South, you're still going to go ahead and accept the bid. You're going to go ahead and bid 4 spades. You know that your partner has game values, and even though you don't like it, this isn't the same as a Jacoby transfer where you can optionally pass the transfer request when there's interference. In this case, go ahead and accept it. You have the 10-9. It'll be okay. In this case, then, when it's 4 spades in the south, and we have a double of the 4 heart bid, the artificial bid by north, the lead will be a heart. If we lead a top heart, that doesn't say top of nothing. We haven't supported the suit, so we show our count. In other words, we lead a 6 of hearts to show that we have an odd number. We lead bottom of an odd number of cards. On the lead of the 6 of the hearts, north plays a small heart from doubleton, bottom of touching sequence by east, a jack, and we play our ace of hearts. No reason not to win that first trick. What's our play strategy? Well, we can see we can have some finesse opportunities if we can get to the north hand, and we certainly can, to do the club finesse coming back to us. And certainly we're going to want to go ahead and play some trumps. We now appreciate this 10-9 of spades. It's touching with our north honors. So we're going to get a chance to do some finesses if the spade is in the west hand, and if the club king is in the right hand, in the east hand, we can maybe get some over tricks by using a finesse strategy. That's what we're going to do here is finesse strategy. And when we do transfers, either Jacoby or Texas, we oftentimes use a dummy reversal strategy. What does that mean? It means we take a look at the losers that are in the hand that did the transfer. So we're kind of interested in how many losers do we have. We may have one loser in diamonds, but we might be able to pitch one of those if we can promote the club suit in the south hand. All right, let's see what happens. So we go ahead and start with a 10 of spades. Everybody follows, and the king does not pop from the right hand over in the east side. So it looks like the king of spades is over in the west hand. Okay, well, how many spades? We had 6 in the dummy, and we had 2 in our hand. That makes 8. That means 5 are left. 2 have been played. That means there are 3 more. We play our 9 of spades. A 7 comes out. We cover it with our jack, and it shows out. So that meant it was a 4-1 split. We've seen 3. There are 2 more. Okay. We can at this point play our ace of spades. We have no more finessing that we can do. And we catch the 8 of spades. The king of spades is going to be left. We're going to use the rule of 1, which says when they have only 1 trump left and it's a high trump, there's no reason to gather it unless we have a transportation problem. In this case, we have no transportation problems to either the north or the south hand. So we'll leave spades well enough alone, and we'll see if we can do a finesse on the club suit. So we'll start with a queen with queen doubleton, and it seems to hold. So it looks like the king of clubs is held by the east hand. This looks like it's a finesser's paradise, doesn't it? Okay, we'll play another club. They go up with the king. That was wise of the east hand not to play the king the first time. We wouldn't want to crash somehow with West singleton ace, would we? Okay, at any rate, we played our king, the ace was played by the south hand, and a 5 was shown by the west hand. All right, we can at this time play our next club, and look at that. They both followed. That meant it was a 5-3-3-2 suit. We had 5 in south, we had 2 in north, and that 36% chance they'll fall 3-3, and they sure did there. So we're going to use this opportunity, now that we've promoted the club suit, to do a pitch in the north hand. We'll play a 10 of clubs, we'll go ahead and pitch a diamond. West went up with the king of spades, wanted to go ahead and grab the trick, but that's okay. They can get that one trick whenever they want to. So they've got their last outstanding trump. And at this point, a diamond comes back, and at this point, it's too late. We've won our ace of diamonds. We can now play our king of diamonds, our 10 of diamonds, and ruff it, and the last tricks are ours with the remaining spades. Can you believe that? We won 12 tricks with 16 and 9 high card points. Well, to be fair, both of the finesses were on. The club finesse was on. The king of clubs we were able to finesse from the east hand. And over in the west, even though they had 4, our 10-9 of spades were wonderful cards, and we're able to do a repeated finesse on the east hand. And even more, because the clubs were 3-3, 1 in 3 chance, 36% chance, we were able to go ahead and promote that suit as well. So everything was magic hand. All the finesses were, as I say, a finesser's paradise, and everything worked very well with us. But good opportunity to work on our finesses is a strategy we had on this hand. Okay, next hand. On our second hand, south will once again be the dealer in spades, 3 intermediates, no help, in hearts, king, queen, 3 times, 5 points, in clubs, ace, king, 5 times, another 7 points, makes 12, 1 for distribution, looks like 13, and in diamonds, ace, 10, doubleton. Looks like about 17 playing points. Nice hand, balanced, opening 1, no trump. In west, king, 9-8, 4 times in spades, in hearts, jack and 3 intermediates, in clubs, jack, 10, 3 times, and in diamonds, a doubleton, 9-8. Pass for north. In spades, ace, queen, jack, 10, 6 times. Hey, there's 100 honors. We like that, having 4 honors. This is a very good suit. We have 7 high and at least 2 distribution, 4 out of 5 of the top honors. This is a great suit holding. In hearts, ace, doubleton, another 4 points. In clubs, queen, 4 times. Hard to say, might be worth something. And in diamonds, a singleton diamond. A 6-4, 2-1 holding. Everything's working except for this queen, 4th of clubs. And our points for the north hand, well, high card points. In spades, we had 7. 4 for the ace of hearts, 11. 2 for the queen of clubs, 13. And several more for distribution in spades, especially with that 4 honors in the suit. So we're going to do a Texas transfer of 4 hearts. Now, if we didn't play that, if we played Jacoby transfer and bid 2 hearts, what happens next? Oh yeah, take a look over here at the east hand. In diamonds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. King, queen, jack, 8 times. Hearts, 10-9, 4 times. Singleton, 5 of clubs, and no spades at all. Or we're going to see some kind of big astronomical bid, especially if they're not vulnerable. It might be 4 diamonds or so. That would certainly make the auction complicated. Whereas if we make the Texas transfer bid, it goes 1 no trump, 4 hearts. Well, now East is going to have a hard time coming in. They're going to have to go 5 diamonds. Not likely to happen. Okay, well anyway, so it started 1 no trump, 4 hearts. South bids 4 spades, accepting the transfer. Do we want to continue on? Well, how many playing tricks do you think the north hand has? We spoke about that in our last lesson. Well, we can see with our spade suit here, we have at least 5 tricks. If the spade finesse is on, we have 6 tricks. And we have 1 more in hearts. Now, we said when our partner has a 1 no trump opener, they will contribute about 5 or 6 tricks themselves. So this is a very strong chance for slam. Yes, we don't have that many high card points, but you gotta fall in love with that nice spade suit. This is a self-sustaining suit. Even if partner has a singleton, we ought to be able to take 5 out of the 6 tricks. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and now bid for no trump after our Texas transfer. Our partner will show 2 aces. That would be 5 hearts. And that was what we were hoping for in the north hand, wasn't it? We were looking for 2 aces. We're not going to be looking for a grand slam, but it looks like there is a good chance for a slam. So we'll go ahead and try 6 spades. Okay, the opening lead in 6 spades will come from the west hand. And West, what do you want to lead? Well, nothing is very attractive here, is it? We could probably lead a spade. It's unlikely they're going to be able to capture our king, but perhaps the 9 from 9-8 in the diamond suit may not be a bad lead. It looks like it's the safest lead other than a spade, so we'll lead the 9 of spades, top of doubleton. The singleton comes out from the dummy, and an ace of diamonds comes from the north hand. Okay, what's our play strategy this time? We like the fact that we have a 2-suited hand here, don't we? Everything's pretty much black. We have 9 cards in the spade suit, and we have 9 cards in the club suit. This is what we call a double fit, which means the opponents also have a double fit in the reds. Okay, but at this point, we're going to go ahead and we're not going to touch the clubs. We don't want them to ruff that suit, which they will soon if we have 9 cards in that suit. We want to go ahead and play trump, and we're going to go ahead and try to do repeated finesse. We're going to want to re-enter our hand, not in the club suit, just in case it's a 5-4-4-0 and they ruff right away. We're going to try to enter our hand in the hearts to re-enter for repeated finesses. So we play a spade, West shows a low spade, we play the 10, and East, whoa, shows out and plays a 7 of diamonds, showing interest in that suit. Okay, so that means it was a 6-3, and West had 4. Okay, so we're going to want to repeat that finesse. We're going to come to our hand in hearts, a small heart to our king in south, and here comes another spade, this time to the 8, to the jack in our north hand, and we need to re-enter again. Well, we can't re-enter in heart suit anymore. We're going to have to enter in club suit, and we're going to have to hold our breath that it's not a 5-4-4-0. So we play a low club to our ace, and everybody has one, thank goodness. We can now play our last spade to the queen in the north hand, which means the king is left singleton in the west hand, and we can smother that with our ace. So at this point, we can go ahead and play our ace of hearts, unblock. We then can go ahead and start playing the clubs, a club to the king. We can go play our heart, pitching a club in the north hand, and at this point, everything's home free. We win the queen of clubs, we've got the last 2 spades. We actually make 13 tricks. Now, how about that? So, recapping this hand, the bidding was 1 no trump by south, rather than a 2 hearts transfer to 2 spades, in which case East is going to enter the auction with those long 8-card diamond suit. When we have a chance to use Texas, it can save that interference. So we're going to bid 4 hearts. South is going to go ahead and bid 4 spades. Even though we don't have that many high card points, this lovely spade suit has a chance to give us 5 or 6 tricks. And we have 1 more for the ace of hearts. And who knows about that queen of clubs, what that's going to be worth. But opposite, a 1 no trump opener could be worth something. So after 4 no trump, we found that there was 2 aces after the 5 heart bid. That's what we were looking for. And we risked a 6 no trump slam. Now, it could be that partner South had a lot of honors in the diamond suits. If so, I suppose we could pitch some clubs or pitch a heart into the north hand. The honors were just where we wanted them. They were in the club suit and in the heart suit. So everything worked out very nicely. We made an over trick, making 13 tricks. Okay, next hand. Okay, in our last hand, South is a dealer in spades. King doubleton, 3 points. In hearts, ace 10-9, another 4 makes 7 points. In clubs, ace, king, queen, 4 times, beautiful suit. There's another 9 points. So 7 and 9 is 16 points. And in diamonds, ace, king, 4 times. That makes 23 points altogether and a nice balanced hand. We'll open 2 clubs. In the west hand, ace, doubleton, and spades, 2 intermediates and hearts, 10-9-8 fourth in clubs, and in diamonds, queen 10, 5 times. That'll be a pass with a 5-4-2-2 and 6 points. To north, spades, queen jack 10, 5 times. in hearts, 3 babies. In clubs, Jack and 2 little. And in diamonds, Jack Doubleton. These jacks are not so strong, but they may be of some use since partner opened so strongly, you just never know. So we're going to go ahead and bid 2 diamonds waiting. We will not bid our 2 spades because we like to have 2 of the top 3. This does have 3 of the top 5, but they're pretty slow tricks, aren't they? Queen, Jack, 10 5 times. We can show this suit hopefully later. So we're going to bid 2 diamonds waiting at this point. Over to East, 4 low spades in hearts, King, Queen, Jack 5 times, a nice suit. In clubs, 2 small, and in diamonds, 9 8. So here's another 5 4 2 2 suit. We're not going to want to enter the auction with just a King, Queen, Jack 5 times in hearts. A pass. Back to South, well, with 23 points, balance hand, we're going to rebid 2 no trump and let partner make the final decision where to go next. A pass by West. Okay, at this point, North can go ahead and make a transfer bid. Remember our transfers? Yes. It was 2 clubs and a 2 no trump rebid. We can go ahead and bid 3 hearts is a transfer. And at this point, East comes alive. Remember the double for lead directing? Yes, with our King, Queen, Jack 5 times. We're going to want to see if we can disrupt this auction. It looks like with 4 spades, they may not end up in a spade auction anyway. So we double 3 hearts, the artificial bid. North, in this case, does not want to go for spades, but does have ace 3 times in hearts, ace 10 9 to be specific. So it looks like with this holding, we want to go ahead and just bid 3 no trump. If our partner had 6 spades, they would have used a Texas transfer. And even if you don't play Texas transfer, they can go ahead and rebid spades or do a retransfer, depending upon how you play your auctions. So 3 no trump passes out. The opening lead, well, in this case, West will dutifully lead a spade. And with 8 7, they'll lead top of Doubleton to show their count. They'll lead the 8 of hearts. Okay, at this point, we'll play a low 2 from the north hand. And what do we want to play from the east hand? Well, we'll play the bottom of a touching sequence. We'll play the Jack. And south from ace 10 9, what do we want to play here? Okay, at this point before playing, we'll want to take a look at the suits to see if we can get our 9 quick tricks. We have 1 loser in spade. We have to get an entry to the north hand to go ahead and promote that spade suit if they do a holdback. And that would be that beautiful Jack of clubs. We have the ace, king, queen. But that's a slow trick. We can't get it right away because we have to lose to the ace. If we win the ace of hearts now, and it turns out that they get 4 tricks in hearts plus the ace of spades, well, we go down 1. So we need to hold back. Do you remember the rule of 7? That is where we can't take our tricks immediately. We're in a no-trump contract. We take a look at the total count of our cards in a suit they're trying to promote. In this case, we have 3 and 3 is 6. We subtract that from 7, and we hold back that number of times. We hold back 1 time. And if there's any doubt, follow the computer. The computer says play the 10 or the 9 to win. You play the ace, you're going to lose. Okay, we're going to play our 9 of hearts. Okay, they go ahead and play another heart. This time they play the top of their sequence. And we win it with the ace. We held back 1 time. With 6 cards, we only need to hold back once. If we had 5 cards in the suit, 5 from 7, we would hold back twice. Okay, we've won. It's time to plan our play. What are we going to play? Right, we're going to want to promote the spade suit. We're going to play the high spade from the short hand. We're going to play the king of spades and see if we can drive out the ace. Well, good for you, West. West held back. Now let's do a little bit of analysis on the hand and think about where we are. In fact, let's go back to trick 1 and do what we should have done. Hopefully good players will count the hand out. Let's do that. Back on trick 1, once we play the opening lead, what happened? We looked at the dummy. Everybody should be West, eyes left. East, eyes right. Look at the dummy. We know that South, rebidding 2 no trump, had about 22, 23, maybe a bad 24 points. Let's say 23 on average, and that's what they had this time. We look at the dummy. How many points are there? Well, there are 5 points, right? We've got 3 in spades, and 2 more jacks makes 5. 5 and about 23 makes 28. There are 40 points in the deck. If there are 28 that are accounted for, that leaves 12. West, how many points do you have? You have 6. How many points do you think East has then? 6. East, how many points do you have? You have 5. How many points do you think West has? Well, about 6 or so, 5 or 6. Right. So you should pretty much know each other's hand. When a Jack of Hearts was played here, it looks like it was the bottom of a sequence. So it looks like all of the points were in this heart suit. So we accounted, right on trick 1, for all of East's cards, all of their honors. And West, when there was a holdback on that spade, we knew where the ace of spades was right away too, didn't we? So we had pretty much a read of all the honors on trick 1 when we stopped to think about it. Okay, that's a good point, though. Be sure to always take a look at the dummy, do an assessment of everybody's hands, and see if you can deduce as soon as possible where the outstanding honors are. So as we said on trick 2, it was the king of hearts, won by the ace, and now we played our king of spades, and it was ducked by West artfully. The second spade of the 8, they went up with the ace. Now we need to try to get back to the East hand, but if you stop and think about it, it's not going to be possible, is it? We know that the only entries they have were in hearts. We knew that pretty much on trick 1. So if we want to play a diamond, thinking that there might somehow be a king or an ace over in the East hand, it's just not going to happen. We know that there has to be those tricks in the South hand. So what do we want to do? We want to probably just go ahead and play a 10 of clubs. Maybe on a good day, partner's got the queen. Perhaps there was an ambitious bid here that was in South. So we're going to play our top of club sequence. That's about the best we can do. We play the 10 of clubs, covered by the jack, and sure enough, the ace, king, queen was in South, so we had deduced the rest of the points were in the South hand. And this was that precious entry that was needed to get to the North hand to promote those 3 lovely spades. So sometimes these jacks will pay off when we've got a big hand by partner in the South. So at this point we can take our queen of spades, cash it out, pitch a diamond. Our jack of spades, pitching a heart. Our 10 of spades, pitching another diamond. And at this point we're pretty much home free. All these tricks are good. We have 5 tricks in the South hand. So recapping the hand, it was 2 clubs, 2 diamonds waiting, 2 no trump, a Jacoby, not a Texas transfer. Remember, we don't have 6 of them, so we only use a Jacoby transfer. We bid 3 hearts. Double, good for you East, good lead directing. Lacking spade support, but heart honors, we bid 3 no trump. And the lead is a top of doubleton heart. We went ahead and played. We did a duck the first time. If we were to win with the ace, what happens next? We now play our king of spades. They go ahead and win it with the ace. And what happens? They come back with a heart. And they take the next 4 hearts, the ace of spade and 4 hearts. No good. We're down 1. Not a good strategy. We have to disrupt those communications. The only way we can sever the communications is to do a holdback. So if it's 5-2, remember we're 3-3, 6. So if they have 7 and it's a 5-2, we need to hold back 1 time. So once again, 8 of hearts, we duck the first time. They play the second time, we win it with the ace. We start promoting our spade suit. They do the same strategy us. They hold back, trying to disrupt our communications to the dummy. We play the second spade, they win it. Unfortunately, they don't have an entry over to the East hand. Now, if East happened to have the hearts and the ace of spades, well, sorry, we're going to go down. The only way we make this is when the ace of spades is held by West hand. If they had the ace of spades, holding back 1 time isn't going to help us. So in this case, the hand that has the 5-card suit, if they have an outside entry, good for them. In this case, they were split, good for us, the declarer, and we were able to not only make our game, but we were able to make 2 over tricks because we had that precious entry of the jack of clubs. Well, bridge friends, it's that time again. This completes today's lesson on Jacoby and Texas transfers. We hope you enjoyed the show, and thank you for supporting Bridge Hands here to enlighten, entertain, and educate you with bridge instruction video and supporting documents. Okay, let's head for the tables and have a great day playing bridge. Happy trails to you. Until we meet again. Bye now.